Hey, good morning, Andrew. How's it going?
Good morning, Jim Ed. Happy Saturday, man. It's a beautiful morning in the Dallas area for sure. So, is it pretty nice and forny also?
Andrew, I'm out here in the shop. I have my 16 by 8 door open about 15 feet away from me. I am enjoying the outdoors. I got up this morning. It's about 54 degrees. I bet it's
Mm-hmm.
around 60 right now.
Hey, did that's awesome. Did Forney win last night?
We did
All right,
in overtime.
congratulations. Oh wow,
In over, yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, get this. Not only in overtime, they got we go on the coin toss. They got the ball. They scored a touchdown. Missed the extra point.
Uh
We got
oh.
the ball, scored a touchdown, hit the extra point.
Oh my gosh, that poor kicker. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went and watched Lake Highlands. Lake Highlands and Richardson. So it was a good game. It actually went to overtime also. So it was
Really?
yeah, and usually I was like, I don't care about either team, but I was like, we gotta watch this game here, man. It's like, here we go. It was,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is
To me,
like
I
a
was like,
good one. Wow.
yeah, Colorado Stanford game. I know you're not really into college football that much, except for Tennessee, but I realized Colorado was up like 26-0 in the first half, and they lost. They lost in double overtime to
Really?
Stanford.
I saw
Yeah,
that it was on, but yeah, I didn't flip
it
over
was
to it last night.
it was crazy. Well, Jim, we got a lot to get to today. I'm really excited. We have a guest here today, so let's kick things off. Yeah, and man, I'm always excited about these podcasts, but each week, hey, we're past 20 now, so that monkey's off our back, so to speak. So let's get on it, man.
Thanks, man. All right. I'm excited. So yeah, a few
Kick it
things we're
off,
just
Jim
gonna
Ed. Sorry,
let me
talked over
kick it
you.
off here real quick. All right, I'm ready. Like you said, we got a Jill interview coming up. We're excited about. She's out in California, and we're gonna see what all she has going on. She's newer to the program as well.
Hmm?
We're going to go over our numbers, and we're going to talk about some software services for our business, and it's going to be mostly Andrew. Andrew's been doing e-commerce for so long. Let's get into that right after we do our numbers. How's that sound, Andrew? What's your numbers look like?
Well, I've been looking at the raw numbers themselves have been pretty rough lately, and for various reasons. And let's go ahead and nip this in the bud now. I mean, there's been a lot of conversations. We've had a lot of conversations on our podcast. I've seen a lot of conversations on Facebook groups and whatnot. And the big reason, other than seasonality and all the things we talked about, is that for the most part, those videos have disappeared from the middle carousel. There used to be the top carousel and the middle carousel, or lower carousel, whatever you want to call it. That's been pretty much gone for most accounts. And so that's been the issue. That's been causing a lot of these low numbers. So what I've seen is, my numbers were basically 25% of what they used to be, and maybe 50%. I don't know. You're probably like 50%, I'd say, right? But
Now,
that,
mine's doing a little better than that, but yes, they're
okay.
down for sure.
So I've seen the last couple of days. I know the Prime Day helped things a lot, but now I'm seeing Prime Day's out, and my clicks are really starting. The clicks into these products to my videos, they're starting to recover a little bit. So while I was getting, I'm about 3/4 of the way back again now. At least my numbers over the last couple of days, which is good. So I say all that to say that the sales themselves, it really depends. Sometimes you could sell 10 items and only make $10, or some days you can sell 10 items and make $70. This is one of those days where I sold, then my numbers, clicks and my sales were good. They're really good as far as the number, but my dollar amount was 17.98. So not great, but not terrible. I've been having several single digit days, which is very demoralizing, but hoping things will recover. So last 7 days, $140. Again, pretty low still because of all that. So last 30 days, 592.33. I expect it to recover. I've been, even through all this, I'm getting pretty close to $1,000 a month without really uploading many videos. I've mentioned this many times. So getting back to it, definitely have some videos I need to start uploading. And yeah, so my numbers are, pretty modest, but I'm looking forward to better numbers here soon. So what about you, Jim Ed?
So yes, so last few days my numbers have been up. So my last 7 days I'm going to have okay numbers. Yesterday I did 134, so that's pretty good,
Okay.
especially in the climate we've been having since August. I'll take a 134 anytime.
Yeah, sure.
Then my 7 day numbers is $815. So that puts my 30 day at 3056. So my 30 day was always a little higher. typically than what the week was looking like, because I was coming off of higher numbers, coming down to lower numbers. So now I think I've hit the valley on that, and at least for the last several days, I'm back to higher numbers. So anyway, if you multiply 815 out times 4, you're over my 30-day numbers, which is, again, 3,056.
Okay.
So I'm still in that plus 3,000 range. Ideally, I'd like to get back to the plus 5,000 range. For me, that's just going to take, continuing to add videos. Andrew, right off what your video count is, or can you look that up real quick?
Yeah, it's just a hair over. It's like 130, 140, somewhere on there. So really haven't done much lately. My Amazon FBA business has just been, it's been crazy. It's taken off. I'm doing everything I can just to keep things in stock and just get these boxes out the door. So, and I had a big side project here last week that took up most of 3 or 4 days. So
I've been a little slower on it. I've been a little slower on it too. Sorry, I've been a little slower on it too. I've been pretty busy on the weekends, but I'm probably here in the next week or two. I'm at 577. Oh, probably by the next weekend, I should be over 600.
Great. It's good. Hey, real quick before we get into things, thank you for the new people who have joined our Facebook group, and many of you are coming directly from our podcast. We've had some people talking about Shopify drop shipping that have not come for our podcast. So I mentioned this last week. They're kind of disappearing for now. Hey, if you guys see people that are trying to contact you on the Facebook group or do something that sounds kind of scammy, please let me know. But I'm usually policing it, patrolling it, whatever you want to call it. So I've gotten rid of one person already, and I'm just ignoring the rest. So these people they're all saying the same thing, like Shopify drop shipping is the way to go. I've done Shopify drop shipping. It's great. You can make a lot of money with it, but it sounds like it's probably just forging some numbers, trying to get someone to buy a course. So just watch out for that. However, we got a question yesterday from someone. It's a pretty common question. It's like, hey, I noticed if there's a lot of videos in the carousel, should I not review the product at all? And the answer, and Michael, thank you for answering that as well. He's another person that's been active in our Facebook group, and he's been on our podcast. So the answer is, don't let that stop you. If you've got a product that you can review, if you have products that you can review in your house, you have access to products, review those products. Don't worry about the competition or how many videos are on there. Because as far as I can tell, there's been several videos that several products that have a ton of videos, and I've gotten and made really good sales from that. So I've never let that stop me from doing videos. Now, if you have 10 products and 5 of them are very heavily competitive with lots of people in the carousel and 5 aren't, sure. If you want to prioritize and do those other 5 first that are good selling products that don't have a lot of competition, go for it. But the idea is volume, right? Volume. So Jim Ed, I don't think you've ever said that you haven't done a video because there's competition on the listing. I don't think I've ever heard you say you didn't do a video for that reason, and I haven't either.
Yeah, there's some Apple products. It seems like there's, in my mind, there's got to be a ton of products on it or reviews, and maybe I haven't done it, but I probably still should. I was looking at an Apple product the other day, and I was like, I bet this is packed. And I looked, and I was surprised that there were other items on there, and I was just like, wow, that's not just packed with super high-end professional reviews of an Apple product. I was just really surprised. But yeah, you should. I agree totally. Put it up. If it don't get up, then okay, that's fine.
Yeah, even like an Apple phone or something. Yeah, I was thinking too. I got this phone. Yeah. I haven't used my phone for that reason. So it's a good point. There's they're so saturated, like a phone that the whole world has that you can do it, go for it. But most products, it's like there's healthy sales on a lot of products that aren't overly saturated as far as the video count. But even if it is, go for it.
So yeah, let me just say, guys, if you're just catching this as your first podcast or only listened to a little bit about Andrew and I'm new at this a little bit. I've had some success. I worked really hard at it. It wasn't by accident. But Andrew is the guy that's been in e-commerce for over a decade. Right, Andrew? Over a decade?
Yeah, I would say internet marketing for sure. Internet marketing, yeah. Absolutely. So part of that is definitely e-commerce. Yeah, online marketing, internet marketing, we're doing affiliate marketing, having my own business, doing some Shopify sites or websites, doing a lot of different things like that. So I would say, broadly speaking, that's what I would call it. but e-commerce is certainly what I've been doing for the last, if you want to call Amazon including, for about at least the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, and so and he hasn't been, he tried to do it 13 years ago for 6 months, and then started picking it up 3 months ago. He's been doing it the whole time. So,
Yeah.
SEO, a lot of the little things that he knows all the ins and outs pretty much, or a good broad overview of all the ins and outs, and is pretty deep on a lot of this stuff. So, Andrew, you've taken a lot of courses, you've learned a lot of stuff over the years. What's been the most impactful course that you've paid for so far?
Yeah, that's a good question, Jim. I would say the course that's probably been the most meaningful, and the course I continue to learn from and grow from, is the Proven Amazon course. So it's mostly about Amazon, obviously. And what's cool about that is it's not just one. Here's your one PDF instead of videos. This is how you do Amazon. It's growing. They continue to add modules to it, right? So, for instance, we talked about our Amazon influencer course that's going to be coming out. That's going to be added to the Proven Amazon course. So it's very dynamic. So I would say every year they add another 3 or 4 courses to it. So they have a monthly subscription. They also have an annual subscription. I think it's actually, I don't know if you can buy. It used to be just pay one amount and then you're done. I don't know if they have that anymore, but the monthly subscription is very modest, as far as it's like $30 a month or something like that. So, but it's great. I've learned a ton, and it's where if you're aspiring to have an additional side hustle and you've heard a lot about Amazon, as far as not Amazon influencer, although it's coming, but Amazon FBA as far as resell, then I can't think of a better course than that. And we've got a link in the show notes that it's basically free information. The good thing about that is it's not like, buy this course. There is a course you can buy, but there's a podcast that you can subscribe to first for free. There's a Facebook group. And so in the link, when you go to it, you'll see in the link, you'll see all this free information. If you want to subscribe with your email address, you'll get more information about the course. It would be kept up to date on what's going on with it. So I'd recommend that you do that. And this is not something that this fly-by-night company, they've been around for over a decade. I've actually been a Proven Amazon course member. I bought that course probably over 10 years ago. So, and this Jim is the guy who's over this. Jim Cochran's the guy over this. He has an awesome podcast. We've talked to him several times. He's a really great guy. And this is what we're going to be partnering with him to do this Amazon influencer course. So I could go into more details about that, but it's a really, really good course, and it's a strong family of Proven Amazon course customers.
Yeah, I've got to meet a lot of the leaders over there when we went up to the conference.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with not only Jim, but a lot of the speakers that he had up there, certainly top notch, and actually really excited to possibly be you and I becoming a couple of those speakers.
But yeah, I love that course. It's great, and I continue to learn from it. So you can't go wrong with that. If you're looking for, like I said, if you're looking to get an Amazon, you can't go wrong with that. And a lot of these Amazon courses, not so many now, but historically has been, you do the private label. You go to private label, you buy a product in China for $3,000, you invest $10,000 in it, and then you get on Amazon, you make all this money with this product. So you buy a toothbrush and you make your own brand on it. That's sort of the old way that people have been talking about. This is not the way that's talked about on this Amazon Proven Amazon course. It is more of it's an inch deep and a mile wide is the way they refer to it. So it's, instead of buying 1,000 units of one product, you buy 10 units of one product, 10 units of another product, 10 units of another product, and test. That's what I've been doing. That's how I've gotten to about 100 SKUs that are profitable, by doing that very thing. Is just testing a few units of something. If it sells well, then you buy more of it and you scale it. So that's
it's kind of funny how the Amazon influencer program is a lot like that as well. It's like you don't just do a couple of videos and sit back and watch and see what happens. Let's put up a few hundred videos and see what it looks like. That's the success model. Some of the other people that are outperforming me, that's what I see. They've got a bunch of videos.
Yeah. Awesome. I mentioned this on several podcasts. It's Descript. So that's probably my favorite software right now. What I love about it is it keeps on growing. They keep on adding new features. And so, in fact, this is our podcast platform. We have been using Zoom. Zoom's okay, but the quality's not great as far as the video quality. Descript has a lot more features, and they're partnering actually with another company that if you're a Descript member, you actually get subscriber, you actually get access to this podcast platform. So it's called Squadcast FM. So really cool. Love the features. And, if you see any glitches, sorry, we're just testing this out, but it seems to be doing pretty well so far. So really love it. But Descript, what I really like about Descript and how it can help you guys who are doing Amazon influencer videos, what's great about it is, or whatever videos you're doing, you just upload the video, almost immediately you see the transcript. So you see a transcript with all the text listed. And so if you want to get rid of the ums and ahs, or you want to clip out something, you don't have to worry about finding the point in the video to actually get rid of that. You just literally go to the text and you just get rid of that text. If you have 3 different videos that you're trying to merge into one, it's so easy. You just drop, and then there you are. If you want to actually move something, you can move the whole thumbnail, move it down. Or if you just want to do blocks of text, you can just add blocks of text. It does AI features. You can actually add a voice, your own AI voice, like sounds just like you. You can add other AI voices that sound really normal. There's so many features. I've only scratched the surface of using this. I mostly use it for editing videos that I upload, for Amazon Influencer. I use it for our podcast, and now I'm using it for this. So what I really love about, if you're geeking out with podcasts or doing things like this, what's really cool about this is Jim Ed and I are both on, usually with Zoom, you have one video feed. What this is doing is it isolates the video feed. So there's a video feed for me, the feed for Jim Ed. If I'm sharing my screen, it's another video, it's another feed. So you're able to combine and do all sorts of things. That's cool. And so if I want to do like if I want to do like a clip of like when I'm talking right now, and I don't want Jim Ed to be in it because he's not talking, it's going to isolate that video. So really cool. So I love these.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. So yeah, Descript's great. In fact, you can subscribe. Like you can get a free trial it's a 30-day free trial. And we have a link in the show notes for Descript. So really cool software. I know there's a lot of free software out there, but I'm gladly paying for this software. Other things I'm using, Jim Ed, you want me to keep on going through the list? I got a few more things before Jill kind of joins us of software.
Actually, I've got a question I think we can hit, and then by the time we get that answered, I believe Jill should be ready. A question from one of the pack. I believe he's a pack leader, Eric. Am I right there? I believe he is a coach or something. Yeah. Anyway, Have you guys found a way to increase conversion rates with your videos? That come up yesterday from Eric. And, I kind of answered it, kind of gave him a sort of a short answer. I was like, no, not really a way to increase them. But, I don't look at that as of right now as a very important matrix. One day Amazon may go, well, we're not going to place your videos unless you have a higher conversion rate, or the people with the higher conversion rate are going to get the nod on getting video placements. I don't know how that's going to work in the future, but seems like today, anecdotally, that's not the way it works. I kind of want to get your thoughts and let you expand on that a little bit, Andrew.
Yeah, I think we answered the question pretty well on the thread. And what I said to him was, first of all, what is your conversion rate? And I think he says conversion rate is above 15%. So if you're concerned, if you're wondering about what a good conversion rate is, what I've seen is anything above 10% is good. Now, you obviously want to be as high as possible. So if you're like looking at one video, now can you really look at one product and see what the conversion rate is on it? I'm trying to think if you can. You could if you run some reports, but if you see that your conversion rate's dropping really low, sometimes it could just be like, for instance, Amazon Prime Day. That's a big thing that we were actually, I'd forgotten. Your buddy Cody reminded me about this. On Amazon Prime Day, you had all of these people clicking in and watching videos, and it spiked the numbers. So you see like, oh my gosh, I had so many people clicking on my videos, but then the number of sales is so low. The reason for that, for a couple of days, and it lagged because what Amazon Influencer, what they show in their stats is once the product's been shipped. So people click into your video, they watch the video, then they buy the product. That won't show up for a couple of days usually, right? So because Amazon does not show in their reports until you bought the product. So that your conversion rate can be extremely low for a couple of days. So what you want to look at is your, over a month period, what is your conversion rate? And then normally speaking, if there's not something going on that's crazy like Amazon Prime Day, your daily stats are going to be pretty consistent, right? But sometimes you'll see spikes. That's because maybe you had a video that people were watching like crazy and they're tire kickers. I was on a video, I was doing a headset device for a while. So that got lots of clicks, lots of tire kickers. And then, I think Jill's joined us. So awesome. So hello, Jill.
Hi.
Good morning.
How are you?
Andrew, to answer your question, you were just kind of talking about conversion rates with Eric, things being over 10% being good. Eric was running at about 16%. And, kind of my point and your point was that you got somebody in there looking at a product a lot and not buying it. And that's fine to me. I've put products up and my view rate had jumped a bunch. Like I was doing around 40,000 views in a 30-day month or in a 30-day period, and then a new product had come on and getting a lot of looks, selling several, but getting a lot of views, and I noticed that they'd gone up like 10,000 a month, up to about 50,000 views a month. So to me, it's like I don't want to avoid putting products up just because they may have a lower conversion rate or may have a high view rate and a not so high sell rate. I don't see a reason at this point with what we know to do something like that.
Yeah, and so if your conversion rates are really low, then there could be something wrong with your videos for sure, right? So, but I've seen in most cases conversion rates hover around 10% or higher. If they are low, it could be that your videos are just not very good. But we found there's been people who have terrible videos, but they just might click and buy the product anyway. So you can just experiment with different formats and see how that works if your conversion rates are low, but it could just be the products you're selling. So Jill, welcome to the podcast. And we've been going back and forth on email. I'm so glad that you've been able to get into the Amazon Influencer Program, which is awesome. So yeah, we can't wait to talk to you and get into details about your success there. How's everything going today?
Good.
It's the weekend.
It's early here, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. I really appreciate your flexibility. Let's see. Jim Ed was probably the one that had a lot of stuff going on today. So yeah, so I really do appreciate you coming on a little bit earlier time in California. Where do you live in California?
Central Coast, right in between LA and San Francisco.
Nice.
Cool.
So
yeah, very nice.
Is it beautiful there?
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day today. Yeah, very lucky to live here. But yeah, it's funny you guys were just talking about conversion rates. I was going to ask you questions about that because I just finally figured out how to see how much I'm making because I kept looking on my app. I don't know if we're going to get into all that, but
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
On my app on my phone, it shows you, your influencer hub, and then you can supposedly see how much you're making, but it just kept saying nothing, just like straight lines across. So finally last night I went on my computer and looked, that way on just my regular laptop and figured out today I made overall it made $15, which is like, wow, finally I'm making something,
Yeah, it's great.
I've only put up, I think 48 videos now. So, I mean, it's not like I've done a ton, so I'm not expecting to see a lot of money there, but at least
You said 3 or 30?
Oh, no, I think 48 videos.
Oh, 48 videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's an excellent start.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. I really wanted to get a whole bunch of them up there before Prime Day, and I'm going really slow with it. It's taking me a lot longer than I expected to make the videos, but I think I've been too picky with them. I know you guys always say just record, press record and go, but I like go in and I like edit them, and that's taking too long. So I'm starting to get a little bit more of a method. And then there's a course that I tried these two ladies teach you how to make videos really fast. It's Vid Turbocharge. Okay. And they're like, they made like 500 videos each really quickly, like within a few days. And they just show you this like method of doing it so you can just set everything up and do it really quickly. And then I like how they also have this like, what do you call it? A spreadsheet that helps keep track. Because that was the other thing, is I was having a really hard time. I have all these videos on my phone, and it's almost taking me longer to upload them and like organize everything and get everything, find what it is on Amazon to tag. And I don't know, it was getting really confusing for me. So I think that's part of what was holding me back. So I need to get more organized, I think.
Yeah, so that course, is that about specifically for Amazon Influencer? Do those 500 videos? or just in
They
videos in
said
general?
that, I mean, they are Amazon influencers. These two
Okay.
ladies are Amazon influencers. I think they maybe did it for like that this or that thing or something. I don't
Okay.
know,
Okay.
but then they made the course so that they were saying you could use it for anything. I guess you can use it for what is there's a thing where people make videos for products. I can't think what it's called. I'm sorry, blanking. But anyways, they were saying you can use it for anything really, but it does have some specific things for Amazon influencers.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think, I mean, Jim and I know we talk about this a lot about efficiency and just being organized and, making lists of products you want to review. I know you've got a ton, he gets a ton from suppliers. He had to, it wasn't a spreadsheet he's using another program for that. What are you using for that, Jim Ed, to where you have the products in, you have these little things you're clicking on to like say, hey, got the products, reviewing the products, next product, and so on. What's that called?
Yeah, it's called a Kanban board.
Yeah.
Kanban board. I think I pay a very small fee annually.
Okay. So you are
$20, something like
subscribing to
that.
products then, Jim Ed. You said you don't subscribe. You don't have any product subscriptions, service
I
subscriptions.
do,
There
don't
you
I?
go, man.
Forgot about that. Forget about it. But the nice thing about the boards is, and Jill, like you're getting to the point you're probably going to start, especially if you're findable through Instagram or something off of your Amazon page, your influencer page. If those are linked in, you'll start getting some people contact you. It may go into your spam. So if you're interested to do what I'm doing and getting some free products, check your spam and see if there's anybody in there. But whenever they start sending you free products, they also have some criteria they want hit. They want this done, that done. So the nice thing about the Kanban board is I can put the link in the description because, when you're getting ready to upload the video, you got to find a link. And when you're at home and, you're doing a doorknob and that same doorknob's made by 8 different manufacturers and you're not sure exactly which one you're doing, it's kind of okay if you put the wrong one in there. When China sends you a product for free and you put the wrong one in there, they let you know. They're not hateful about it, but it's like, all right, I'm gonna have to go in here and change this and update it because it's not what they need. It's not promoting their product that they sent you free product to get promoted with. So
Right.
having all that in one spot, and when it's time to shoot the video, being able to access it quick and seeing what the requirements are for the video does help. That's what I use.
Can you spell it, or can you put a link in your
Sure.
show notes or something?
Andrew will put it in the show notes, but it's spelled
Okay.
Kanbana. Kanbana.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, Jim, yeah, get me that link and we'll get that posted for you guys. So yeah, we're going to continue to do that.
We'll
So
see.
I just realized I use so many products and services, and that's part of what we were doing for our podcast before we jumped on. Jill is just like going through all this stuff, and then I kind of went through the first two and ran out of time. So we'll finish those later. Or Jim was just completely bored with the first two, so he's like, let's talk about something else.
A little bit.
No, anyway, we got we got lots of questions for you, Jill. So maybe we can just take a step back a little bit, like the very beginning, like who are you first of all? Just I always like to know, like, so my other job, like I used to do a lot of market research, interviews, focus groups, that kind of stuff. And so I like to just think, who are you talking to? Like, what do you do for a living? What are your hobbies? So I'll ask you the same question because it helps to kind of learn about who you are before you get into some of the other questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a teacher, actually. I teach second grade. I've been teaching for 25 years, and now I'm a second grade teacher. I've got probably 10 more years until retirement. So I've been probably in the last 8 years or so, I just have always been looking for side gigs. I was actually waitressing on the side for a while, but that's just a lot, teaching all day and then going and waitressing at night. And then I have 2 kids too, but they're grown up finally.
Yeah.
So they're doing their own thing. And I just really wanted to find something I could, make some extra money on so I can retire and have my mom was a teacher too, and struggle when you're a teacher and you retire. It's not really enough money. So I just wanted to have something, extra. I'd love to make, a few $1,000s extra a month.
Yeah, it's very possible with Amazon Influencer for sure. I mean, Jim Ed's already surpassed that for sure. And
well, Jill, the thing is, my wife's a teacher as well. And, she's not into this program as much, as far as being in front of the camera like you're doing. But she holds the camera. She will do a few videos, like when, it's better to have a female for this product or whatever the requirements are. So, but I will say that, I get it. It's hard to be, to have a job for just the summer, or, like you were saying, you're waiting tables and doing that. It's very tiring after a hard day's work. And, there's days like this program could be perfect for a teacher, I guess is what the short answer. But, you know, there's just days like I don't want to fool with it. There's going to be days that you just, as a teacher, it wasn't a good day and you're tired or whatever, or didn't sleep good the night before. And I don't want to mess with it. But when, they're kind of depending on you to be there to wait tables in that example, it kind of stinks to let everybody down. You need to show up either way, whether you feel like it or not. But yeah, the great thing about this is you kind of get something built is the plan, and you keep getting money in, even if you don't feel like it, or we're going to take a few days off and not work on this at all this weekend. So that's really cool. I think you can kill it during your time off with this if you want to.
That's what I'm hoping. I wish it was summer right now. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is the time to have all these products up for fourth quarter. I'm like, oh, I really want to get it going, but I can only do so much. So,
but I bet you're off Thanksgiving week, aren't you?
What?
I bet you're off Thanksgiving week.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So think about all the videos you could get up right before the big Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that'll be nice for sure.
So just for perspective, I mean, yeah, you've got Jim Ed with over 500 videos. I've got, getting close to 150 videos. So you're already at 50, right? You said you're already at 50. So you're a third of the way to where I am. And I'm making, around $1,000 every month, pretty much, even with the decline. So yeah, I mean, again, it's like, it's not to brag. It's just like, I haven't been mentioned this many times on our podcast. I'm not hustling right now. It's like, I'm talking, this is mostly Amazon Influencer Podcast. What's going on here? What's your problem, Andrew? But it's like, the reality is I lost my job. So I'm doing Amazon FBA right now, which is, resell. So, and that's what's bringing in the money right now. So I have to do that. Jim Ed has a full-time job still. He's doing really well with Amazon. He's hustling. So love that he's doing that. So I think we're both in different perspectives. We both are obviously knowledgeable about this, and that's why we're here on this podcast. But it just shows that you can kind of do a little bit of it and have some success still, or you can do a lot. So I think that for you're at 50 right now. If you can get to about 200 or so, you should be able to get closer to $2,000, $1,000 to $2,000 a month consistently. That's going to be where you are. So there's always changes, right? We mentioned there's some changes with the program, like, it's like, but we've seen some recovery last couple of days, but reality is, even with things that have changed so much, Jim Ed's still making pretty solid cash. Maybe he's not making the $5,000 and $6,000, but he's still making, $3,000 or more every month. So for most people, that would be a nice side hustle paycheck for sure. So I think you're set up for success there. Yeah.
Can I ask you, Andrew? I think I've listened to all your podcasts, so I'm pretty sure Jim Ed said that he did a lot. Yeah, you guys have really kept me motivated. But I know Jim Ed said that you did a lot of like higher priced items. Andrew, did you also? Because I just don't have a ton of higher priced items. I have lots of little things that I've done videos of, but.
Yeah. Those are the things that have really brought in some nice cash, some big cash days because of the high price items. I have a $1,000 camera that I reviewed, and whenever I sell that, that's $20, right? That's $20 immediately. So yeah, I start around my house. I realized my wife and I said, man, if someone breaks into our house, the only things we're worried about is our 2 dogs. We have nothing really else about it. So those people who want to look up my address and break in my house, there's nothing here. My dogs will bite you. They're ferocious. But anyway, yeah. We really don't have anything of value. So I was like, well, how do I get more? How do I figure out where to get more stuff? So, but I've got friends that have good product, expensive products. I've got family members. And so that's what I did to get that up. So yeah, if you have some stuff around the house, that's the more expensive items that are really easy. We always talk about this, low hanging fruit, review those more expensive products first, for sure. If you don't have any, then find people who have those products and review them. So for sure, that should be part of your arsenal. That should be part of your, the inventory that you're actually reviewing, for sure. And that's where you're going to have those really big paydays that make it like, yes, like, Jim Ed, we've mentioned this many times, this pool product he was selling, high price point, and it sold like crazy during the summertime, and he made a ton of money with that. So yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look for more of those. But we talked about FBA. I was just going to say my history. I did FBA for a little while, Amazon
Okay, yeah,
FBA, and actually made some decent money. I sold fidget spinners. I don't know if you guys remember those
yeah.
Oh yeah.
back in the day. So those went off for a while, and I made, a few $1,000s on that. But then I started having all these hijackers come on my. Have you heard of
Mm,
hijackers? You had that?
yeah,
They
yeah.
come on your product page and they sell the same item, but it's like a lower quality item. I don't know why Amazon lets people do that, but I just got really frustrated with it, gave up. Then my daughter and I started our own website called beautyeclipse.com, and it's just got a ton of like articles about beauty and stuff like that, skincare. And that was just writing articles like every night. I was just on, typing,
Mm,
and it was exhausting, and I burnt out on that. So we still have it, but we're not doing anything with it. So it's probably making like $25 a month on Amazon, just with a few, links on there. And then I saw this. I'm trying to get my daughter to do it with me, but she's got other things going on. So
yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
my
Amazon.
new big.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Amazon FBA is definitely good. It's a different. My model is a lot different than yours, and I think a lot of we were talking about this earlier. It's a mile wide, inch deep, to where you're buying products at retail stores. You're saying, hey, here's like, oh look, it's a pack. Here's some candy here. The one pack is selling for $5 on Amazon or something, $10, but the 3 pack is selling for $45. Let me just buy this 3 pack and then go on this. And usually the listings already exist. So you just jump on a listing, so you can make money that way. So it's called replens model, and there's people who have
Oh,
1,000 products or so, and they're making full-time income from doing that. So you're not investing in a real expensive product like that you have to get overseas and source and all that stuff. You're literally going to your local retail store and finding products at everyday prices, and you're able to make money through doing a lot of these bundles or multi-packs. That's
oh
if you ever want to
wow.
chat about this, I mean, that's maybe another podcast we can talk about this, but that's what the pack course is all about, the Proven Amazon course. A lot of these modules about the replens model. And Jimmy Smith is one of our buddies. He
Okay.
actually has that course and we've actually tried to help Jimmy. I think Jimmy's still trying to become an Amazon influencer. So, but he does that as well. But anyway, that's kind of a tangent. But there's lots of ways to make money for sure. But let's kind of get
Yeah.
back to Amazon influencer if you don't mind. This is good. This has been good so far. So I don't really
Okay.
mind these rabbit trails for sure. But was curious, like going back to when you found, like, tell us about how you found out about Amazon influencer in the first place and what got you interested in joining it and applying for it.
Gosh, I think I was, I'm trying to remember where I first saw it. It was a course. I ended up buying a course, and the course, but I can't remember if it was through YouTube, but just, searching different ways to
Yeah.
make money online. Um, I bought this $97 course that was supposed to tell me exactly how to get into Amazon, everything I needed to know. I did
Mm-hmm.
everything the guy said. I won't tell you what the name of it was, but I don't recommend what I did because it's outdated. Like what he suggests you do probably worked, back in March, but it's
Mm-hmm.
all just, building up a Facebook group. And I put probably over $100 into ads and got 5,000 people in my Facebook group, did a bunch of, posts and everything, and had a good amount of likes and all that stuff. And then I applied, and you guys saw my videos. They're fine. Like you guys said,
Yeah.
they're fine. Tried a
Mm-hmm.
couple times. I got some feedback because at first I applied with a Facebook group. The name of it was something about Amazon. Oh, it was Prime, something Prime. And I had just done a lot of Amazon, different products on there that I was, showing
Yeah.
people, and just funny things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, got denied. So then I had some people in this Facebook group tell me, like in another Facebook group that's all Amazon
Mm-hmm.
influencers, they were like, "Oh, you can't have Prime, and you shouldn't have all those links." And so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
redid the whole thing. Took me forever, and then changed the name of everything, and now it's called Fierce Fitty. Because
Nice. Okay.
I'm 53, and so it was more about like being 50 and like being healthy and fit and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I applied again with the videos. cleaned up the videos a little bit, made them brighter and stuff like that. Still didn't get in. So I was like, this isn't working. So then this is where I think I have some, some pearls here. I think your listeners will be interested in this. Yeah. I went and ahead and got it, started a TikTok, had 0 followers. And I found out about something called grow rooms. Have you ever heard of grow rooms? So on TikTok, because TikTok is now the way to get in. It seems like everyone's having a lot easier time getting in with TikTok. Yeah. So I started going in on these live grow rooms. So there are different people that will have lives on TikTok, and you go in and everyone's just following each other in there. So you just click on somebody's name, you follow them, and they follow you back. And you can get, within a week, I just did it every night for a couple hours. Just get on there and start. And I think I got 1,000 within a week, 1,000.
Oh, wow. Followers. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And so within 2 weeks, I had a couple thousand. Yeah. And so then I applied with the same videos that I sent you guys. And I got.
Okay, wait. Okay, this is awesome. So, first, TikTok, are you... So 1,000 followers or 1,000 likes? 1,000 followers to your actual account?
It's 1,000. I had 1,000 followers. The likes, those are harder to get.
How was your content? Because the content. What was the content on your TikTok? Was it the same as on Facebook?
Again it's Fierce Fitty. So it's my TikTok is also Fierce Fitty.
Okay.
And it's all about just like, I've had some like back issues and some of the things I'm doing to help with that. Just about being healthy and fit and different things, about being in your 50s, which I would not recommend because I found out after I started doing all that, there was statistics I saw online about how I think less than 10% of people on TikTok are over 50. So I'm like, that was stupid. To get a lot of people liking my videos, you're going to get a lot more likes if you're doing something centered more around what younger people are into. So, but
what's your best? What's your engagement? What's your the biggest number of likes you got on your? What's your best video?
Only a couple thousand likes. It wasn't.
That's good.
Not a ton.
So you probably had a ton of impressions.
There was only a few. There was only a few of those, but usually I'm only getting 400 likes per, but I have a total right now of 3,000 likes and 3,500 followers right now.
That sounds amazing. Jeanette, that sounds amazing because what I've seen is you can get the first videos you do usually get a couple hundred views and you get 1 or 2 likes. So you're way past your views. Your view count must be huge in those videos. So
did you have any? What was your best viewed video, Jill? How many views do you think? Any idea?
I think Jill, you're being very modest, and these numbers are really good.
One was 2,000. Oh no, that's the views, not the likes. I'm looking at the views.
Okay.
So the likes were 500. That one had 500 likes, but
that's still really good.
A lot. That's good.
Yeah.
And you did a lot of those videos?
Not that. So far I've done, I don't know, maybe 30.
Less than 100 sounds like then.
Oh yeah, less than 100 for sure. But like I said, I think it's that grow room that's really helping, and people are liking your things and you're liking theirs. You're just all helping each other grow, and so it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
So what was the time period from when you started the TikTok to actually getting on?
About 2 weeks.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much better than that Facebook deal for you.
Yeah, and I didn't have to spend any money, right? That's I wish I would. It just kills me that I spent all that money on all that.
Wow. So your account is literally not even a month old, and you got in. Is that right? It's a brand new account.
It was a month. Oh, my TikTok was less than a month old. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, my TikTok was only well. Oh no. Sorry, guys. Okay. I forgot. My TikTok was my original TikTok because I never used TikTok before, but I had signed up for TikTok probably a couple years ago, just,
Okay.
I
All
don't know,
right.
just to see what it was. And I had never posted anything on it or done anything with it. So I did have it. I had it for a while.
Okay. It's an age account usually. Yeah. I've been really surprised if you got in just 2 weeks in, but that's good. So you had an account, you resurrected it, so to speak. So on the content on there, were you usually showing your face on those videos on TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're showing your face. And then tell us more about those grow rooms. How do you find out about those grow rooms for our listeners? Like, what do you like? Where do you go to find out about them?
Well, somebody told me about it in the Facebook group and she just sent me but when you go on TikTok and you go to the top of, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. I have a couple people that I think that are really helpful.
Yeah.
Grow rooms. Like there's a lot of different grow rooms and some are better than others, but there's one girl, her name is Kimberly Stylist. So if you guys go on her at Kimberly Stylist, she
Okay.
has a good grow room. And
I just jumped on TikTok here, and yeah,
okay.
grow rooms are pretty easily found.
Yeah,
Andrew, looks like.
yeah. If you just go to the very top, if you go up here,
Mhm.
that's where everybody's lives are, and you just kind of go through and find the lives that have the grow rooms in them. And some of
You
them
just enter
only
your
have
token and go into them. Yeah. That's amazing.
So there's some grow rooms where you'll see like there's only 5 people in there. That's not going to do any good. But
Right.
like when I first started, Kimberly Stylist, she had like 200 to 300 people at a time in there, and there's always new people coming in throughout the live, and she'll have her live open for like 2 hours. So there's you can quickly grow with just different people coming in. Yeah. And
Nice.
now I can go live. I guess you can go live after you get 1,000 followers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could do my own grow room and get a ton of people on my TikTok. I've kind of thought about that, just doing a grow room myself because, if you're a grow host, then you can get so many followers and likes and everything doing that in a really short period of time too.
So, Jill, you've been a great guest because you've answered all my questions, most of my questions without having to ask them because you just took us through all that perfectly. No, it's been great. But we're getting closer to the end of our podcast, but there's a couple things here. I don't know, Jim, if you have anything else after this, but the only thing I think that's left to ask you is like, what are your goals for the future? So you've kind of gotten to a point where you've got 50 videos up or close to 50, I think you said. So what are your goals? I mean, you mentioned that you want to hit a couple $1,000s. So that sounds like it's a goal. But what is your plan? What is, if you have this kind of mapped out, what do you want to do like going forward with Amazon Influencer?
Well, I would really love to have, replace my income. I love my job. I love teaching, so I'm not going to be like, retiring early or anything, but I think it would be great to have the same income that I make, as a teacher also coming in. So, that would be awesome just so that I have that. And I really want to be able to help my mom and my dad. They're both, in different situations, and I want to be able to help them out. So I'd like to, maybe make $5,000-6,000 a month. I'm hoping if I just keep adding videos,
Yeah.
I would love to have, 1,000, couple thousand videos at some point, and I'm just going to chip away at it. So
That sounds
that's my
great.
goal.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah, that's good. It's a great goal. So yeah, I wish you success for sure. Jim, do you have any other questions for Jill before we wrap this up?
No, just glad to know you. Real proud of what you've been able to accomplish. It's awesome. Great work. Just keep it up and do whatever you need to do to stay motivated. I'm glad to hear that we've played a little part in that. You know, I feel like that I've been pretty successful. And when one looks at my numbers, they're like, yeah, you've been successful with it. But, I probably wouldn't have made it this far on my own if I hadn't had encouragement from Andrew and Cody that's on the podcast. The three of us talk about every day. We encourage each other. We're on a little messenger chat where we'll post our numbers on there to each other and encourage each other and talk on the phone a lot. So, hopefully your daughter maybe can work with you on it a little more in some capacity, especially if she lives reasonably close. But I think it's very important to have some type of community. And I know we can be a little help on that, but if you can expand that community to some other people to keep you motivated, because you're still new at it and it's still somewhat fun. But it's funny how fun hobbies that make money also kind of end up being like work after a little while. So you got to keep it fun and keep engaged with others and engaged in doing what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Can I ask you, Jamed? I know you said Instagram is how your people find you to send you products. Will they also go through TikTok? Do you know? Because I don't really do any. I don't have my Instagram connected to my Amazon influencer. Do you know if you can?
And Andrew might can help shed a little more light on that. So Jill, when I did mine, I already had a YouTube channel. So on my YouTube channel, I have some contact information. And so I've had a few people email me through, I'm sure they got that through the YouTube channel, because earlier on, and I think this program's, newer than a lot of us realize, earlier on, people were contacting me and saying, hey, can you put a video up on your YouTube channel? And I'm like, well, I can put a video up on the Amazon influencer. And they're like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. And that's great. So I got a few contacts that way. But yeah, like on my, Andrew, how do you put your Instagram on the Amazon influencer page that's public where people can see it? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, you should. Whenever you fill out that, this is not my expertise either, to be honest with you. But I know that there's a place to put in all the different social media accounts that you have on Amazon Influencer. There's a place in your profile to do all that. So the question is, how is that visible to others? We might have to do some research on that, figure that out. But the short answer to your question, I believe, is like, have those, whatever account that you're on, they'll find you, because especially if you're consistent with what your name is on Amazon Influencer, if that's also your TikTok name, it's always good. But have that linked for sure. And then when you have your information on TikTok, for Instagram, for instance, you can leave your email address on there, like, so they can contact you. You can make it as easy as possible. Instagram has a little contact. They can contact you, right, automatically. But if you have it, make it as easy as possible for people to contact you, especially if you have an email address that is just for your business, right? So, I mean, I'm not going to put my main email address there, but if you have a one that you're just, whatever, they're Gmails, they're free. Get an account that you're not concerned about people spamming the crap out of, possibly. Just put that out there, make it easy as possible for people to contact you. So that's what I would say. Is your Amazon influencer? So anyway, that's but I will do some research on that to see if you have it listed on your Amazon influencer, is it easy for people to find your account? Jim and I had a little discussion about this a couple of podcasts ago, and I don't know exactly how they're finding us, to be honest with you, completely. I know that they're contacting me.
Okay,
through,
let me
yeah.
Let me show you this. So I've pulled this up. This is my page. So you can see right down here at the very bottom,
Yeah.
you can see it says YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So to answer your question, Jill, I've never, or maybe I don't know how to use it, but I've never had anybody DM me through TikTok that I've noticed. But I am also guilty of not checking that much. I think, the products are coming from.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, the links are right there, and then but like all of it comes through Instagram for me, just about. And I think China's TikTok. I mean, the products are coming from China, and I think TikTok in China is a little different deal than it is over here too. So,
okay,
I don't know that that's a good source for them to reach out anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I would recommend Instagram. I get a little bit on WhatsApp too, but it's where I've given them my contact cell, basically. Oh, and Andrew mentioned getting spammed and getting your own email address. Andrew's right on that. Absolutely do that. However, I have not done that, and I'm really not getting spammed. So, not that if you do what I do, you probably will, but no, but it hasn't been bad. And I'll also say, like, every Chinese supplier I've worked with has been great. Every single one of them. And I've worked with more than a dozen. And they have, like, on some videos I require to get paid on, it's usually $10 or $20. They have paid every time. Most of them, there's PayPal fees. They want to use PayPal. They will, if they're paying me $20 for the video, they'll pay me like $23, so it'll cover the fees as well. And it's like, just really, they've been really above board and excellent to work with.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate everything you guys have done. I mean, like I said, I've listened to all your podcasts. I go out on my walks every night and listen to your podcast. Keeps me just kind of like, okay, not going to give up on this. I'm not, because you see all the negativity and, oh no, it's, Amazon influencers going away. And I just like that you guys keep things positive, and I like hearing the numbers. That keeps me motivated. So I appreciate you guys a lot.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Jill. We appreciate you. And make sure, and if you can, be a little bit active in our Facebook group. And
tell your friends about the podcast if you haven't already, and also tell your friends about the Facebook group.
So I have. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And do you guys want a link for that training that I did, the vid turbocharge? Sure. Do you want a link for that? Okay, because I think it's really helpful.
Awesome. Yeah. That sounds great. And Jill, so you can jump off, Jill. We really appreciate your time. Jim and I are just going to do a quick wrap up, but thank you so much for getting up early on Saturday morning. You have the rest of the day to enjoy, hopefully. So have a great rest of the weekend, and definitely
do some videos.
That's right. Get to work, Jill. Get to work.
I will.
Yeah, awesome. All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate you. You're a great guest.
Thank you so much. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. So guys, good stuff. So just to recap, I've learned a ton. I don't know about you, Jim Ed, but so here's what I kind of heard from her. TikTok confirmed what I've been saying lately is TikTok kind of is the way to get in. She showed her face on TikTok. How does she grow her following? Grow rooms. Okay, so maybe a lot of you guys are familiar with that. Jim Ed, have you heard of grow rooms before? I had not. Yeah, you
never heard of it.
So I'm pretty new to TikTok, but I've been talking about TikTok. And can you get in with Facebook? Sure you can. But TikTok seems the best way to get it. You heard her say she tried with Facebook. The old method did work. So, and I'm pretty familiar with that. I'm sure I think she may have got the same course that I got on Amazon Influencer back in February, which got me going on this. I think that's the same course. What worked back then doesn't work now. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad course. It just means those methods aren't working anymore. So this is what's working now. It's TikTok. Grow your account. Show your face. Do authentic content, right? We've been saying this again and again, right, Jim Ed? Do authentic content. Do content where it's you talking. You look like an influencer. So she's out there talking about her life. I'm 50 years old. I've got some health issues on my back, whatever. This is me living my life. That is authentic. Do that kind of stuff. Everyone's got their story. Let your story be told on social media if you're comfortable with that. You don't have to give all the dirty details about like, oh, I had a fight with my wife yesterday. She was mad about this, and this. Like, not that. But, in general, we all have struggles, but people want to get to know you. They want to know you. And I think when Amazon sees that and says, yeah, I like this person. I want them to represent my brand or our products on Amazon. So
keep it upbeat, keep it positive. And with that being said, we look forward to seeing you guys on the next podcast. Thank you, Andrew. And we'll see you on the next one.
We got to close with this, buddy. Where can you find us?
Hey, Andrew, where can you find us?
Yeah, you can find us on Side Hustle Heroes HQ on our Facebook group. Okay, and if you want to email us, all this information is in the show notes, but it's sidehustleheroeshq@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on our podcast, let us know through there. And you can find us on the Facebook group. So look forward to seeing you inside the group and looking forward to seeing you, or not seeing you, but being on future podcasts. So thank you guys so much for listening and have a great day.
Perfect. You can see us on the next one.